number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
Water Authority, how may I direct your call?
Yes, I'm wondering, who do I speak to regarding the project in Bonita? It's a pipeline project.
Okay.
It's what's the name of it? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's the Bonita Road pipeline project.
Okay, yes, of course. I'll go ahead and transfer your call to engineering.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Is there a specific person through engineering?
No, not specifically.
Okay.
Okay, I could go ahead and transfer your call.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem.
See Healthline.
Thank you for calling Sweetwater Authority. Please hold for the next available customer service representative.
Please.
Authority, how may I direct your call?
Yes, I'm wondering, who would I speak to regarding the 36-inch transmission main replacement project in Bonita, on Bonita Road?
Okay, it bounced back. Let me see if I could get someone
Is
for engineering.
Ron Mosier, I think that he's one of the engineers on the project.
What's the name?
Ron Mosier.
Okay, I could go ahead and transfer your call.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, no problem.
All of the
Hi, Ron. I was curious about going on Bonita Road. How long is that supposed to go on for?
Well, I wish I could tell you. We've got some critical interconnections going on right now, and they should be done in the next week or week and a half.
When you say critical, can you describe or explain what you mean by that?
Who am I talking to, by the way?
This is just a concerned citizen in the area.
Okay.
So I just had some. Go ahead.
I'll try and describe the nature of what's going on out there right now. The project that we've got under construction is to build, most of it is a 36-inch diameter welded steel water main. But there's a portion basically from Randy Lane west to Plaza Bonita that is 48-inch diameter.
Okay.
So that is replacing some old pipeline that was installed some 80 years ago. So what we're doing right now is, because we have been unable to get the Caltrans permit to do the work within the 805 right-of-way, what we're having to do is connect the new 48-inch main to the old 36-inch main. So that's what's going on right now, and that's the critical connection that I'm talking about. So we're doing that because Caltrans has been stringing us along for months on giving us the permit to do the work within the right-of-way.
Well, I thought,
so we had,
but didn't you, when you had this project lined up, you know, wasn't it all already worked out when you had the final initial study checklist?
No, part of the process is to get the contractor to apply for the permit. So, and we started on the permit back in February, by the way.
Right, I know, because believe me, I get woken up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
I mean with Caltrans for this particular permit.
Well, the thing is the work has been going on forever. It seems like, and it's very, it's really irritating to be woken up at 2 and 3 in the morning, and I don't get why that's actually being allowed.
Well, we were required to do this particular part of the project at night because of the traffic impacts. So that's a requirement from the city of Chula Vista to do this portion of the work at night.
So, when you talk about this work in this pipeline project, what else besides just transporting water is involved?
I'm not sure what you're asking. That is the primary purpose of this water main. It serves as one of the backbones, if you will, of our water distribution system. So, given the age of this pipeline, it's critical that it remains functional so that we can provide water to about 190,000 people through 33,000 connections. So.
And regarding, I also was interested about the whales that I'm seeing, and you guys, I can see that there's it seems like 5G, like cell towers are being added to them. Is there
on the tanks, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So the Sweetwater Authority has had leases from these cell companies for quite a number of years. It's been going on much longer than I've been at Sweetwater. Mm-hmm. So they basically rent space from Sweetwater Authority on the tank exterior for these cellular equipment.
And so why is that? I mean, are you guys not concerned or do not care about people's health regarding the 5G and the radiation that's sending out to the public?
That's not we're just renting space. It's right. Like if you can imagine that we're a tower, that is under the purview of the cell companies. And
so you own the towers?
We do.
But then you allow the 5G to apply itself to a tower.
Well, they have to go through the cities or the county to get permission to do that. We just basically are the structure, if you will, to hold up the
right. So it's kind of like having a building and allowing a sniper to just hang out on the building.
I wouldn't make that equation. No.
Really?
No.
Yeah, bullets aren't as lethal, I guess, but.
But you're not willing to give me your name, ma'am?
No, because I've already been harassed by Sweetwater when I participated in a meeting, and I don't really feel like being harassed again. So I just think it's something that the public is, might be interested in knowing about. And I truly don't see why it's taking so long. You would think that you would have all the permits in place before you started, because it does have an impact on the public. I mean, from what I'm hearing, just the equipment itself is extremely loud and irritating, and I have videos to back that up. So there's a beeping sound that goes almost all day long. I have video of that.
Anytime they put it in reverse, it beeps. I understand that.
Right, but how long can you go backwards before you have to go forward? You know what I mean? So it's like, it just seems... Right, I know, Ron. It just seems like it's...
50% of the time they're backing up.
Right. So is there not a way you can soften the noise or something? Because you already have the area coned off. So why can't... And I know you have workers, but... it does have an impact, and I don't think that this is unintentional. I almost feel like the noise and the distraction and the early hours and the vibrations and you pairing with the 5G, I don't feel like it's by accident, actually. So I'm just curious, before we all get wiped out, who's actually doing the damage to the public?
Yeah, well, I rest assured that our goal, our primary role here is to provide safe potable water to 190,000 people.
Well, have you smelled the water that comes out of a tap? I mean, it's kind of, you know, oh my God. I mean, I have a whole home filter, but the water that still comes out of the taps, it's literally, it smells like swamp water. I mean, it's, you know, and the adding of fluoride too. I mean, what's going on with that? So,
well, I'm not sure what I can offer you.
I know.
It seems like everything I say, you've got a response for that's
well, because I'm
so
living it.
I'm not sure how much more time I can. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm offering you to alleviate your concerns. Because,
well, okay. So, and another,
we're going nowhere.
Well, and I mean, I just see that there's a lot of damage being done, and I don't think it's all that innocent. And so I'm wondering really who to connect with and talk to and try to get down to the real truth of what's going on. It's very concerning.
I'm not sure who to direct you to if you've got a preconceived conspiracy theory in mind that I don't know how to respond to that.
Well, I just hope that you choose in the long run to be on the side of the good and not the corrupt. So
absolutely, our intent is to do good.
Well, have you ever sat in on their meetings? Because there was a meeting, I believe it was September 9th, so that's 9/9. They also had one on the 3rd, September 3rd, so that's 9/3. But they were talking about doing artwork on some wells, and I guess that they came down to just 2 wells. And they were actually going to spend $70,000 just for the concept of these wells. Not even the work, the concept. And I mean, I was a commissioned artist, so that to me is an extreme high price. And I'm wondering really I mean, is that really for artwork? So that seemed a little shocking to me when I heard that. Even one of the board members was a little bit shocked she thought that was for the whole project, but it only covered 1 or 2 wells at the most. And then the person who, I guess, put it on the table, he stated that the reason why he put it on the table was because a resident approached him and said that he didn't really like looking at the whale. It was an ugly thing. So he got on it and he presented it, and now they're spending $70,000 so someone just doesn't have to look at a well. But yet I have to look at wells that actually have the 5G application to it, and I'm getting pummeled with radiation, and I'd rather look at something ugly than being torn down physically in my health. So that's why I'm seeing that there's a little bit of a disjointed, you guys are running to someone's defense for $70,000 just for a concept, but yet I'm getting pummeled by 5G that you guys have on your well, you know, on your towers. So do you see where I might be getting frustrated?
I do, yeah. I'm just not sure how I can.
Yeah. So you're going to continue.
I'm certainly sympathetic to your concerns, and I'm just not quite sure what to offer you.
I get that, but so I see a lot of cell towers near one of the American towers. And do you know what the anagram for American Tower is? New crematoria. I mean, is that by just an accident or coincidence?
I don't know what that means.
New crematoria?
Right.
Do you know what Hitler was responsible for and all that?
Oh, crematory. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Oh, you thought I meant ice cream? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's funny. I'm sorry. That's funny. But isn't that kind of interesting? American Tower is new crematoria, and you guys are kind of supporting that. You're part of that structure.
Well,
that's just coincidence. That's just my theories being, you know. I don't know, Ron. I'm just, you know, just let you know, people are actually watching you guys. You're not, I don't think that you're going under the radar like you think.
Well, and I would offer to you that we're not trying to get away with anything. We're just trying to provide safe, potable water to a bunch of people. They need it.
Yeah, I know we need it. So it's just a matter of when you're all going to turn it off on us. Oh, also, do you guys, how much of our bills are paying for weather modification?
I am not aware of any part of the bill going to weather modification.
Well, you should look into that, just curiosity's sake. Check it out. See what your company's really up to. So, well, Ron, you've been very well humored. Thank you very much. And you've had a nice personality about you. I appreciate that. And I do see where maybe your hands are tied and you don't know what to do with this phone call, but
yeah, and I would offer to you that if you're interested in our budget, I mean, it's posted online on our website. So if you want to dig into it and see exactly where the cost that, you know, the revenue that we receive and the cost that we incur, how all that's planned out, our budget's on our website. So
I know. Do you guys know that the Sweetwater employees are paid like 90% higher than the typical average salary?
Well, you can make that comparison in any way you want. If you compare it to the other water agencies, we're right in the middle.
Yeah, I know, and I don't mind someone making a living, you know, but when you're spending $70,000 for a concept of an art project, don't you find that it's a little ridiculous?
Yeah, I tend not to comment on some of the decisions the board makes.
Well, maybe I will. All right, Ron, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, well, I just wanted to call and talk to someone at the project that Sweetwater Authority's doing, because although Ron was really nice, I'm telling you, there's something else going on with it, and we're going to continue. I'm going to do another video right here of some other things, but I just want to get that phone call in and just kind of touch base with some of the people doing some of the work and thinking that, see, he doesn't think that there's anything wrong with having 5G on the tower, so I don't know. You know what, you guys? Now that I'm seeing it, see all this, I guess what they've got in the green here. Look at the shape of this. Just look at that for a second. This is the Sweetwater, the project that they're doing. Look at the green, the color, the dotted lines. So come to think of it, this is the Sweetwater project. This is their outline. Well, that's my yellow outline. So here's their project. You see the green, but I'm outlining it to make it a little easier. And look, it kind of has the same shape. Now this is the Sandy, and think of Captain, right, I just don't want to get in trouble for saying that word, but look at it, it has like a little pitchfork. This is in New Jersey. And then when you compare it, here is the Bonita here in San Diego. That's the Sweetwater Authority, Sweetwater Riverbed. And you look at the, this is the Serpent Mound in Ohio. And guess what that is kind of near? So this is the Serpent Mound in Ohio. It's kind of hard to see, but that would be its tongue, that thing on the left. And moving down, you see its little tail with a swirl there. You know what that means. Do you guys know what that little swirl means? So here's that, like it's tumulus du grand serpent. Tumulus is a mound of earth and stones raised over a grave or graves. Interesting. Because this little serpent guy goes up to Middle Fork, and at the Sandy Hook Bay in New Jersey, you see a little fork. We also have seamen, which they're a bunch of pirates. I'll get into that later. Over here from the serpent, you've got those guys. And up from the serpent, you've got that. And then we have the octa. We've got London, Springfield where Homer is. Columbus is like Columbine. We have Raymond, Mansfield, Ashland. Got some little islands. Remember Sandusky? Remember that guy? And look what we've got here. Of course, we're going up to 3, but look at that, North Royalton. Keep going north. What's the opposite of 71? Well, the opposite of 71 is 17, which in Gematria is the New World Order. And look what we've got here. So we have Wallings Road, like the wall. We've got Royalwood. You got Sand Trap, and what do you do when you are hanging near a sand trap? Well, you usually play golf, but Tubal Cain here, 2 balls, 1 cane. So Tubal Cain in Freemasonry has been considered among Masons as a symbol of worldly possessions. So the first reference to Tubal Cain in Freemasonry is found in the legend of the Craft, where he is the founder of the Smith Craft. Tubal Cain was a master at forging weapons, in which the 33rd degree Freemason and Master Rosicrucian, Manly P. Hall. The Mason must follow in the footsteps of his forefather. Tubal Cain is the password given in the third world of Blue Lodge of the Master Mason. I almost see the word Blue Moon in there. We're near Bel Air. Now in my next video, this is going to all come together. We got the Walmart Supercenter. I'm going to do another video coming off of this information, but I find it interesting that 71, when you flip it, it's 17, and that's New World Order. And that's right off of a Clinton Road. That's interesting. It's interesting that down the street from Sandy, we've got Congress, who's making all that 5G and the FCC possible. So from the satellite image, the Tumulus du Grand Serpent, we have the snake-like image. It's pretty big. And listen to this. If you don't think they like their little serpents, just listen to this.
Gonna be a lot of things happening in space.
Hear those
Because space
essays?
is the world's newest warfighting domain. Amid grave threats to our national security, American superiority in space is absolutely vital. And we're leading, but we're not leading by enough, but very shortly we'll be leading by a lot. The Space Force will help us deter aggression and control the ultimate high ground. With today's signing, I will proudly appoint General J. Raymond, the first Chief of Space Operations.
J. Raymond.
And he will become the very first member of the Space Force, and he will be on the Joint Chiefs. He will be on the Joint Chiefs, which you know.
Did you hear all that long S? Pay attention to that.
Now expanding by one position. That's a very powerful position. So General Raymond, congratulations and thank you for everything you've done.
All right, so General Raymond is a whole nother thing that we need to think about. Just listen to the S's one more time.
Space.
It's creepy, huh?
Gonna be a lot of things happening in space.
That's creepy. Anyhow, in my next video, I'll go further into this. Forger instruments, counterfeit, false imitation. And how I got to the Tubal Cain was looking at Welcome to Unical, which is Tubal Cain, which is Cabal unit. And for some reason, this Welcome to Unical, the Cabal unit, they have the number 145, which means 10, which 10 equals CDC, which we all know what that's about right now. So my next video is going to be about the new normal. So I'm wrapping it up right now, and we'll get into